SDXL 1.0 has been out for a while now. While you can generate amazing images with it, it still does lack a lot of features, an important one being ControlNet support. While in regular Stable Diffusion models you generate images using only a positive and negative text prompts, ControlNet allows you to add one more conditioning using an input image. You can use humans, backgrounds, drawings with varying levels of successes to generate controlled outputs in terms of poses, compositions, depending on the ControlNet models and preprocessors. But in this video, we'll be looking into using the released SDXL Canny ControlNet model to generate images with the same pose and/or composition as our input image using Comfy UI. So first we need to download the ControlNet model by going to this Hugging Face link that I'll add in the pinned comment. Then go to Files and Versions and download the Diffusion PyTorch model.bin file. The official version when it gets released will be smaller than this, but for now you have to download this 5 GB file. Also, if by the time you watch this there is a .safetensor file, download that instead of the .bin file. Those are recommended for safety. After downloading, you need to move the ControlNet file to the Comfy UI Models ControlNet folder. Now you can run Comfy UI like you'd normally would, but it's been a few weeks since I last ran Comfy. I don't know if you noticed, so I'll run the update file first. Okay, let's start Comfy. You can clear this workflow and load this SDXL ControlNet Canny1.json that I'll also link in the comments below. I'll start with the SDXL 1.0 base model. If you copied the ControlNet model correctly, you should be able to select it in the Load ControlNet model dropdown. Now above we have the regular positive and negative prompts. Drop your reference image in this Load Image node. It gets passed to a Canny preprocessor, which we'll see in action soon. These particular threshold values work the best for me, but your mileage may vary. After Canny Edge preprocessing, it gets passed to the ControlNet. Strength is how much you want to actually follow the ControlNet / the input image. Super high or super low values for strength don't work great, but again, please experiment. This gets passed to the sampler and the rest of the settings are the same. Width and height in the empty latent image, sampler seeds, etc. In KSampler, which gets decoded by the way, and then you can see the image. Let's try generating now. First, the Canny image gets preprocessed. This step is skipped in subsequent calls as long as you don't change the reference image or the threshold. With this threshold, these are the edges that Canny has processed, which will get passed to the sampler along with the text prompts. Since this is the SDXL base model, output sounds super great without refiner, especially human faces. You can try adding a refiner if your GPU allows. First output, it does follow the pose, but has a few extra hands and feet. Well, just generate again and again and again. You get the point. Let's try another model trained on SDXL called Dynavision. I'll cover more models on their own video, but Dynavision is an SDXL fine-tuned on 3D animation. Let's change our prompt as well as our sampler and sampling steps. Let's generate a few times. Again, it will differ vastly depending on your Canny thresholds, the strength, as well as your sampler and the model. Let's try a different input image with a different pose. Let's also add a new prompt. I should also change the empty latent image as well to match similar dimensions. After Canny has processed edges, here is the preview. And here is the generated output, kind of looks like Jinx. Let's try with the square resolution. And let's try with the SDXL 1.0 base model. Not what I was expecting, but still a super interesting result. And that's it. Hopefully I won't take another 2 weeks before the next video. Bye.